Levarme la moustache en la capucha. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki tacatiki. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Siento patanilo, mira tacatiki puletica. Sani levarme la moustache en la capucha.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and today is my roster prediction show. Now, I'm going to let y'all know something. This might be coming out the day before because I've been having internet connection issues all day, and you know it's Sunday, and I've been trying to get it fixed, but it might upload on Monday, late Monday. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. Other than that, let's break into this roster prediction show because I'm going to say this. There's not a lot of surprise in who's going to make the roster. I don't think there's going to be any surprises, to be actual with you. And I also feel that there's certain things that they kind of left on the table, but I understand why. There is one toss-up one that I'm going to do, because it's kind of like you're not really sure what Ron's thinking would be on this one. But I'm going to start off at the very top. At the quarterback position, of course, it's going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heineke, and Kyle Allen as your 1, 2, and 3. Everybody knows Fitzpatrick is starting. It's no getting around it. He is the starter. So we're just going to go with that. So at quarterback, it will be Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heineke, and Kyle Allen. At running back, they will have the 4 running backs, but they did drop a position somewhere, but I'll let you know where. The 4 running backs will be Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber, and Jared Patterson. We all knew that was going to happen. I do feel that is going to be their lineup. To be quite honest, Peyton Barber is kind of like that toss-up guy because of the fact that they have to take from the defensive side of the ball to actually keep one of these guys. I mean, even though technically they're taking from the offensive line as well, but I think that there's a little bit of mix-up with that when it comes to what's happening there. Next is the offensive line. At left tackle, Charles Leno. At left guard, I got Eric Flowers. At center, Chase Roullier, Brandon Sheriff at right guard, and Samuel Cosme at right tackle. They're back. The 3 guys that are backing, the 4 guys back that are backups. We got Wes Schweitzer, who is a guy who could play center and also guard. So that's a lot of these guys have flexibility. I would say they're either guys who can switch to either tackle or either guard or can play some center as well. So Wes Schweitzer is the first one. Behind him is Sadiq Charles. Ty Larson, I think that he's probably their most steady center when it comes to playing behind Chase Roullier, and there not being a drop-off if he was to come in and play. And last but not least, of course, is Cornelius Lucas. Those are going to be the 9 guys. At wide receiver, again, the surprise has already happened. Kelvin Harmon was released. Steven Sims Jr. was released. So these should not be a surprise to anybody. At the wide receivers, I got Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, Adam Humphries, Cam Sims, and AGG. Those are going to be, they're going to go with 6 wide receivers. They're not going to go with a 7th wide receiver. It's kind of crazy because for some reason I got a feeling that they're going to use Jared Patterson as their returner. I don't know how good he's going to be with that because I don't have any other guys on our roster in regards to that, because I think that with them taking the 4 running backs, like I said, again, that could be the thing. They could get rid of they could let Peyton Barber walk and then bring on a punt kick returner, but These are the guys that I think it's going to be. At tight end, it's going to be Logan Thomas, John Bates, and Sammy's Reyes. Now, I know that some people may think that it's going to be Seals Jones. I don't think it's going to be Seals Jones. The reason why is because Seals Jones isn't that good of a blocker, and I think that they really want to see what they can do with Sammy's to really see if he can develop into a quality tight end. There's been reports that have said that they've liked his blocking, and that he has blocked well. He hasn't looked that bad in games, but he still has some growth that needs to happen. I'm a little concerned about that because if you know, knock on wood, if Logan Thomas was to go down, that would be a disastrous situation for us at that point. Because I guess in their minds, they're probably thinking that the wide receivers can produce the production, can come up with the production that would be lost if Logan Thomas was in fact to go down. Knock on wood. Okay, that's the offensive side. So 25 guys on the offensive side. Now I'm going to the defensive side. Again, we're talking about 25 guys. Defensive tackles, we all know who they are. They're going to be the 4. Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, Tim Settle, and Matt Ioannidis. They will have David Bada available to them because he doesn't count against the roster, which is really, really good. So those will be their defensive tackles. Their defensive ends, I may have one that is a shocker to a lot of people, but they're Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Smith Williams, and Daniel Wise. I don't think they go with Casey Toohill this upcoming season. He didn't play in the preseason, and Daniel Wise actually looked like he could possibly be something very, very solid for them. So I think they're going to go with Daniel Wise over Casey Toohill. At linebacker, I have Cole Holcomb, John Bostic, Jamin Davis, Kaliki Hudson, Jared Norris, and right now I got penciled in David Mayo. I think they should probably go out there and see if they can find a guy because I'm a little concerned with how this is going to be operating as a group in a unit. I'm not really certain if they're strong defensively, especially when you aren't really sure if by any chance that somehow David Mayo can be anything. So that's what I got at linebacker. At cornerback, I got at the Autobot position. I got Will Jack, Kendall Fuller, Benjamin St. Juste, Jimmy Moreland, Torrey McTyer, Bobby McCain, and Troy Apke. Now, I picked this many guys because, again, I beyond them, I didn't see anybody else that stood out. Darryl Roberts, he didn't do a really good job with being able to get the job done and things like that. So, you know, I don't see that being a good solution. Last but not least is safety. I got Landon Collins, Cameron Curl, Everett, and Jeremy Reeves. Now, the toss-up between that is Jeremy Reeves and Derek Forrest. I think Derek Forrest may need a little bit more grooming before they actually put him on the field, even though we did see him early on in some of the preseason games way before we saw Jeremy Reeves. So it's going to be a toss-up between Jeremy Reeves and Derek Forrest. I'm leaning more Reeves than Forrest. I think that if they put Forrest on the practice squad, he will clear waivers and they will be able to retain him. But right now, I got Reeves over Forrest. So with that is my roster roundup. And I'm going to say this. There's going to be, again, there wasn't a lot of surprises on this. I don't see anybody doing anything that is surprising, that is shocking, other than maybe Peyton Barber. They may let him walk and basically retain another defensive player. But at this current time right now, I just don't see it. And again, this is pretty much chalky. You know, like how they talk about with March Madness. This is pretty much a chalky roster, because I mean everybody on here is people that we thought would be on the 53-man roster. And of course, I'm sorry, I forgot the special teamers. Of course, you know, Dustin Hopkins, Tressway, and Cameron Cheeseman. So again, that's my roster prediction. Again, chalky. It was nothing on here that is remotely surprising. Nothing that stands out, nothing that looks strange or anything like that. But that's my roster breakdown. Y'all put down in the comments what y'all think. Who y'all think is going to make it, and who y'all think is actually going to be retained or not retained. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.